Hey everyone, I'm Thomas Wooden Railway and welcome back to my channel. I have a very exciting video to show off to everybody today. This is a box that was sent to me from a toy store called Toys & Co. They are located in Greensboro, North Carolina, which is about an hour and a half north of Charlotte, if you know where that is. And I actually visited this store a couple of years ago. I was driving across the country in the summer of 2020, and I got to see this store in person, and it was awesome. But the lovely folks at Toys & Co. contacted me a couple of months ago and asked me if I was interested in doing a massive unboxing video on some of the new 2022 Thomas Wooden Railway items. Yes, if you've been living under a rock and haven't heard the news yet, Thomas Wooden Railway is back. For the last couple of years, we've had it a bit rough in the Thomas universe. We had this thing called Thomas Wood right there, which honestly wasn't that impressive and it didn't do that well. And Thomas Wood has been canceled for a while now, but it wasn't until about a year ago that we found out that Mattel was actually going to be replacing it with Thomas Wooden Railway 2.0. So goodbye, Thomas Wood, and hello, Thomas Wooden Railway 2022. If you have seen the latest episode of my series, you know that I have a couple of these new 2022 TWR items, but I don't have everything that's available for purchase as of July 2022. So that's where my friends at Toys & Co. came in really helpful. They were like, hey, would you mind doing an unboxing video? We'll send you a bunch of stuff. And honestly, I couldn't say no to an offer like that. So once again, I want to give a big thanks to Toys & Co. They sent this big, heavy box all the way across the country for me to review. So I want to give a big shout out to them. If you live in sort of the eastern seaboard or kind of the southern area of the United States, you should check them out in person. Otherwise, you can go online to their website and order from them directly if you don't want to support like a big corporation. I always feel a lot better when I support a small business, so that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video. So again, big thanks to Toys & Co. I guess without further ado, we should get this unboxing video started. All right, let's go. So I'll be transparent with you guys. I don't really know what's inside this box. I've been kind of kept in the dark about what has been sent to me, which is not a problem at all. I know that there may be a few surprises along the way when it comes to finding out what's inside this box here, but let's dig in. I know that there is some rules I have to follow according to my contact at Toys & Co., which if you know Tom's Twitter, you have probably heard and maybe even talked to Sir Duke 95. He was my contact who helped set this all up. So first of all, look how shiny and pretty this all is. I'm guessing that Toys & Co. does gift wrapping, and if you order something from them, it may come looking as awesome as this is. So this looks like a scroll here. I'm guessing, oh, clues, okay. So I'm guessing there will be some sort of procedure that I have to follow for this unboxing video. I really don't know what I'm supposed to open first, but let's... Oh, maybe... I think maybe I'm going to hang on to this for a little bit later. I might be able to get through this unboxing without using the clues, but that's very thankful. I'm very thankful of them, I should say, that they have provided those to me. So let's very quickly cut this open. All right, here we go. Oh boy, friends, look at this. We have a decree from Toys & Co. Not just a cool toy store, a cool place to play. Let's see what this says. Dear Thomas Wooden Railway, greetings. On behalf of the staff at Toys & Co., I'd like to extend you a thank you for being such an enthusiastic supporter of our store. To truly express our gratitude, we have decided to send some Thomas goodies for you to unbox on your channel. As you probably know, surprises can come in all shapes and sizes, and this package is no exception. Here at Toys & Co., we're big fans of puzzles and games, but we decided to make this even more unique by crafting our own little puzzle for you to solve. Each item is wrapped in one of our many different styles of gift wrap. Did we mention we gift wrap for free, both online and in-store orders year-round? There we go, friends, like I said. On each gift tag, there is a written clue, and each word or series of words is a piece of the puzzle. When these words are placed in the right order, it will give you the correct sequence in which to open the gifts. We've also included some clues for you in another envelope just in case you get stuck at any point. However, it may not be as tricky to solve as the Thomas Wooden Railway grain loader. Ha ha, very funny. We hope that you enjoyed this musical riddle we've crafted for you. It has something to do with song, I'm guessing? Interesting. Toys & Co. is a locally owned specialty toy store that has brought smiles to kids of all ages and parents alike for 45 years. I didn't know they were around for that long. Thomas Wooden Railway in particular is a very important brand to our store. We've carried Thomas Wooden Railway since the line's creation in 1992. We were chosen to be a wooden railway specialty store, and in the 2000s we were one of the top best-selling retailers of wooden railway in the entire country. That's very impressive when you think about all the toy stores out there. We'd also like to give a gift to your viewers as well. Anyone who purchases through our website after viewing this video at www.toysandco.com can get 20% off their total order at checkout using the coupon EZ4U exclamation point. There you go, friends. Be sure to follow us on social media and check out our website. And there you can check out Toys & Co. on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. Wow, impressive. I've made a little dent in the TikTok scene, but nothing much. So big thanks to my friends at Toys & Co. There you see their address if you're interested in them. This is really awesome. I can't thank them enough for going above and beyond for doing something like this, and please be sure to support them. They're really nice people. They took the time to do something for me who just messes around with toy trains on the internet. So again, real quick, EZ4U. I'll put all of this information in the description below. So let's see. I guess the next step would be, well, I'm supposed to open these in a particular order. Oh, wow. To a Door from Toys & Co., right? Oh, boy. Well, this, oh, man. This is very much Christmas in July, what I'm thinking. So I'm guessing I move on to this part. Oh, I see. They're at the bottom here. I missed all this stuff. All right, here we go, friends. So we have a little bit of a mystery on our hands, and we have to figure out a way to the correct order to unbox all of these things. So let's see, maybe? Clue 1. Okay. The first present has the words, he's a written on the gift tag. So I'm looking for one of these gifts that has he's a written on it. Engines, if you can see that. That one says engines. Tell, T-E-L-L. Uh-oh. And Puffs. Oh man. I'm getting Thomas vibes from this song, which I don't think is, I think that's the point, obviously, but and Fro. Is there a song that comes to mind when you guys hear these words? So clue 1, the first present has the words he's a written on the gift tag. So I guess this is the first one that we unboxed. One of personal things that I've always hated doing is I hate tearing up really good gift wrapping like this. It pains me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, so we are right off the bat here with Brio, a Brio railway light. And I actually know a couple of people in the Thomas Wooden Railway community that have something like this. It's really cool. It's not just like pretend light up, it's like real light up. So I've always wanted to see one of these in person. So from Brio, okay, those are directions. We might look at these later if I have trouble, who knows. I'm not the smartest engine in the shed, as they say. Oh, look at that. All right, here we go, friends. So this is like a Brio railway light. It kind of looks like a street light to me. There's also a pamphlet in here, very cool. So one thing that Brio has done really well over the years is they continue to build their world and their Brio empire extremely, extremely well. Look at all this stuff. This is the type of thing that Thomas Wooden Railway used to do back in the day. They had these pamphlets and yearbooks that you just like really wanted to build the whole world. You wanted to build a massive Thomas Wooden Railway. And looking at something like this, all the sets and destinations and the individual engines you can buy, that's really, really awesome. So here is the light. I'll show this off again. I might have missed it the first time. But there's like 2 little LEDs at the top. So if you were to turn off the lights, which I'm going to do in just a moment, you get something like this. This reminds me of the end of Gordon Takes a Dip, when Gordon, James, and Henry are sitting in the sheds and they're sulking. You have kind of that eerie light shining down on them. So that's really cool. So that is the Brio Railway light. Like I said, I've seen these before, but I've never taken the time to purchase one. Honestly, there's not a lot of Brio stuff where I live, so that is awesome. Thank you so much for sending that to me. If we move on to clue 2, he's a really useful engine. Didn't we see, I thought we saw a door somewhere. Tell. Wasn't the first one I picked up a door, and now I feel really silly because I'm not going to be able to find it. All to, let's see, USO. Probably should start to get rid of a little bit of this wrapping paper just to help out. I don't think I've gone into that back corner yet. Wait, so now, ooh, I'm not sure. This says, really useful engine, but I think the song goes, he's a really useful engine, you know. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, here we go. He's a really useful engine, you presumably know. So let's see what's in here. I believe I'm doing this correct. Apologies if I missed something along the way. Oh, wow, clickety-clack switches? Well, this is a surprise. So, in building my Thomas Wooden Railway empire over the years, not only have I gotten a ton of Thomas Wooden Railway engines and track, but I've also accumulated, the necessary accessories to build the world. So, switches like this, especially clickety-clack ones, and these don't even appear to be like in used condition or anything. These are extremely helpful. This is awesome right here. As most classic Thomas Wooden Railway fans will tell you, clickety-clack is awesome. I've heard good things, somewhat reminiscent things of clickety-clack from the new Thomas Wooden Railway. I'm not sure how true that is. But anyway, we got some clickety-clack switches here. That's awesome. Okay. He's a really useful engine U, which I believe was the one I just picked up. Clue number 3. Let's see. He's a really useful engine, you know, if it focuses. So now we need to look for no. I thought I saw that somewhere. I think I've got the hang of this now. He's a really useful engine, you know. Okay, so this would be our next item to unbox. How does the rest of the song go? All the other engines, they'll tell you so, or something like that, I want to say. Yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to go. Oop, got a little bit of it there. Uh-oh, friends. I'm seeing something. Nia, uh-oh. Alrighty, well, here we go. We've got a Thomas Wooden Railway item to unbox. And this is what everybody's so excited for. This is Nia. Alright, so one big thing you can notice right away is look how long Nia is. That is a very different version of Nia that we are used to, at least in the Thomas Wooden Railway world. Look how long she is. Look at the detail there. She also comes with like this zoo car, I want to say. Either way, very, very impressive. Now the thing with these Thomas Wooden Railway boxes is that they are very different than the previous ones. This style of box has grown on me. When these were originally released, I wasn't that big of a fan. I'm just so used to like that plastic part that you can see through, but I believe there's an easy way for you to open these up from the back side without having to tear the box apart, and then you can keep the box, oops, and display it. And nobody will ever know if there's a Nia in there or not, or you just keep in the box or whatever. So I want to show this off really quick. I've seen pictures of this on Twitter. Some of the new engines have these pamphlets, some of them do not. I believe this is a great return to form because like I was just saying with that Brio pamphlet, this makes you want to go out and buy more things. Look at that. We got like the roundhouse set, we have all of the new engines, there's Knapford Station. Not only do we have the big engines like Hero, we got the smaller characters like Percy and Kevin. This is the type of stuff, in my opinion, that really seals the deal for falling in love with these new toys. So happy to see this back. I'm gonna try, if I open this up, what you can do is you can come along and remove the tape from the back here, and you can open these items without completely having to tear the box apart like you would in previous years. That was the thing from about, I don't know, 2005, 6, or 7-ish when they introduced that, what I would call like the tamper-proof plastic packaging, where you would basically have to come in and destroy the box in order to get stuff out. That was always like really unfortunate to have to do. But hopefully here, we are able to be able to keep this box, and I can sort of display it with all my other engines, except I'm having a hard time here. I'm sitting off to the side of the camera. I can't really see anything. There we go. Whoops. Oh, okay. One sec. So I've loosened the strings on the back, and Nia and her little car just came tumbling right out. So the thing with these boxes, if you've noticed, the engines are displayed in a very open way, but they are tied, as you've seen, so tight in these boxes here that I don't think shoplifting or anything like that is going to be a big deal, because there we go. They're still very, very tight. So I'm going to keep this box and maybe put some tape on the back to get this flush with the packaging again. And then you can sit there and display this box, because honestly, I think that's the thing. One of the cool parts of this stuff is that the boxes, you want to display the boxes like you would the trains. So there is Nia's box. I'm definitely going to keep that. In years past, I wouldn't have. But let's take a look at Nia. I mean, I think it is a step up from Thomas Wood Nia. She has kind of like a smirky face, I would call that. The extra length is really great. I think she has the right number of wheels on each side. If you listen, kind of sounds like the Mattel era engines where they had those plastic bogies. I'd be curious to hear you guys' opinions on these small wheels. Personally, I think the small wheels sometimes lack the detail that you see on these big wheels here, but man, we've come a long way, baby. Like buffers on the front, you know, molded detailing. This part is all wood. This part's plastic right here, as well as the funnel. We got plastic coal on the back that you can feel again. This is really, really awesome. And I think there is good reason or criticism not to 100% like these new trains, but I think for the most part, they've done a really good job putting these together. It certainly has like revitalized my excitement for the range. I will admit, I'm not the biggest fan of this little kind of what I would call this dinky piece of rolling stock that comes with Nia. I think they could have spent a little bit more time on this, but honestly, Nia's pretty awesome. I actually kind of like her facial expression, and I love that we're starting to get the correct amount of wheels there. So Nia gets a passing grade, in my opinion. So let's see. I think we don't need the clues anymore. I think we're beyond that stage. So big thanks to Toys & Co. for sending me these, just in case. It did take me a little bit, but I think I got it figured out now. So he's a really useful engine. He's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines will tell you so. I think this is next. This is a tiny package. Is it like, I'm guessing like bubble gum or something. Oh, I wasn't too far off. Oh, okay, well, I said I wasn't too far off because I did think it was candy. So this is Yoplait Youngsters. This was like a promotional item given away years ago. At this point, probably 20 years ago. If you're not familiar with Yoplait, it's a type of yogurt. And apparently they had a brand at the time, maybe they still do, called Youngsters. Obviously geared towards kids, but this was like a promotional item that I'm not really sure how you would have gotten it, if you would have sent old discarded yogurt cartons or containers in to get this. But I've never had one. You see them on eBay all the time, but it's just your normal ThomasWoodenRailway cargo package here, just painted in the Yoplait Youngsters colors. So man, we've got quite the lineup here. Not only we started off with the Brio street light, I got some clickety-clack switches and Nia. He's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines, I think that's next. All the other engines. All the other. And I guess next one would be engines. Man, this is creative. I like how they did this. It's making me think about a song that I've heard countless times over the years, but it's making me think like really, really specific about it. Okay. Oh, we got another one. Sweet. I was just gonna say, you know what's better than one railway light? 2 railway lights. So we got another one here. And I think, if time permits, I'll do my usual, I'll kind of line everything up that I get here so that you guys can see it. Oh, there goes everything. We've already seen the package and the light was on. Maybe I must have hit that when I took it off, but there's actually a decent amount of light there. It could be used as an emergency flashlight in extreme circumstances. I wouldn't recommend it. Also, probably trying to read anything with this light, like a book or something, probably not the best idea. I will say that this thing has a little bit of weight to it. I'm imagining maybe like some, like C batteries doesn't sound right, but those little like button batteries, maybe you put a couple of those in the bottom there. Either way, super, super cool. Thanks to Toys & Co. for sending these along. I'm not a big Brio person, I will admit, but man, they do have some cool stuff. So all the other engines... there we go. He's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines will tell you so. I gotta remember that in a couple of minutes. Okay, what are we feeling? I think this is a riser, like a plastic riser from the late 2000s. The fact that there's like this open middle part here, I'm just guessing. I could be wrong. I thought the Yoplait cargo car was a piece of candy. Oh, okay, well I ended up being right. This is awesome. I've actually been looking for these for a while. I mean, this looks brand new, friends. That's really, really nice of them. So these red risers are really handy. As you can see, there are some areas here where you can put another riser on top of it. So it sort of creates those stacking risers. This is just one of them. It also includes this 3-inch piece of track, which these come in handy in certain situations for sure. I already have several of these in my collection, but I'm always looking for more. So this will be well received in my Thomas Wooden Railway collection. He's a really useful engine. You know, all the other engines, they'll tell you. All the other engines, they'll tell you. Uh-oh. And we got a lot of stuff in here. Okay, you so that's coming up. That's next. Puffs and puffs and whistles. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. Is that correct? Is that what I'm thinking of? No, I think we need they will. They will. Oh yeah, there we go. I almost opened that one. There we go. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. Let's see what's in box number like 7 or 8 at this point. I'm not sure. By the way, I just want to say gift wrapping is on point right here. I gotta admit, uh-oh. You know what this looks like? This is a Thomas Wooden Railway Kevin. So I've talked about Kevin before. He's one of those characters I really can't gauge as to how popular he is. I think it's maybe a little bit overblown. But anyway, here's Kevin, who has a unique face, actually. That's one really good thing we could talk about these new trains, is that all of the faces are really well done. Another pamphlet right there. I'm guessing this is the same one. Looks like it. I'm going to keep that one folded up. But then if we go to the back here, here we go. So again, you undo these ties on the back, and with any luck, Kevin will just pop right out here. There we go. So yeah, what I'm going to do for these boxes, since I have been opening them up in the back, and I think it's only the second wave of engines that do this, I'm just going to take these back, and you can slide this box right back in, and nobody even knows that you opened Kevin. I'm keeping these boxes, by the way. They're really cool. So here's Kevin. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin personally, and this Wooden Railway model I don't think does him any favors. I still think the 2013 Kevin is the best one, although the detailing on here is way better than the wood version. I feel like Kevin's face is a little bit more childish since last time. He obviously has kind of like that nervous expression. Like, I don't think he's scared. He's just like, in the middle of messing something up, which is, I'm pretty sure, something that Kevin does. Detailing, though, is pretty good, although he suffers from the same problem his wood model had. His arm does not really move, and as you can see, if you look really closely, it like hits him straight on the head right there. So it's nice that they take the time to put like the magnet attachment and all that, but in terms of like, you know, what you're going to use it for, it will hold this, which is nice, but again, it's like right in front of Kevin, so I don't know how helpful that's going to be, although he does look good next to the Youngsters cargo car. I think the other thing that stands out are his yellow wheels. Very good there. And that's something that we'll talk about more if we unbox some of these engines, is those unique faces. Do you like these unique faces, or would you rather have like your stock standard smiling faces and then just pretend that Kevin is scared or frustrated or messing something up? I kind of agree with both sides of the argument there, but I should also mention, I didn't show this with Nia last time, but the engines do have names on the bottom. And it's weird that they're not written the way they used to be written. I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, you know what? I like so many things about these new Thomas Wooden Railway toys that I'm not really going to complain about the smaller imperfections. I feel like overall this is a huge step in the right direction, and a direction that we probably shouldn't have gotten. And so I'm just thrilled that it's even an option at this point. So he's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines, they'll tell. Oh yeah, right in front of me. Here we go. Tell. If I had to guess, there's a little bit of room here on the side that's not being used. If I had to guess, we're looking at some track pieces maybe. All the other engines, they'll tell. Oh man, Toys & Co., you're spoiling me here, man. Some clickety-clack, bigger switches this time. We got one male, one female. Wow, I am a sucker for switches. They know how to treat me right. Again, I'm not really sure where they got these. If they had these sitting in the back. I hope they just had these like sitting in the back and they just decided to throw them out. I hope they're not looking on eBay or Facebook Marketplace for stuff. But clickety-clack switches is a way to my heart for sure. Thank you guys so much. He's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. I think I see this right here. You so. Based on the rectangular nature of this package, I'm guessing maybe it's another Thomas Wooden Railway item. And by the way, I think if I read that letter correctly, they do gift wrap for free, I want to say, which is pretty cool. I'm seeing some yellow here. We got Rebecca. I'm going to love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Man, the sliding nature, it's so classy. This whole setup, you know, I am a sucker for tradition. I love that plastic part where you can see straight into the engines right away, but it's hard to argue that this setup right here isn't great. All right. So once again, I have loosened the straps on the back here, and Rebecca will pop right out, hopefully. It's an interesting theory, or excuse me, it's an interesting way to set these engines up. I wonder who had the idea to be like, well, what if we, you know, you put these engines out there in a display case like this, and they're almost just begging to be shoplifted. But they're in here so tight, and honestly, you do have to pop open the back of the box here to make it work, and then you either need to take the time to unwrap all this stuff, or you come in with like a knife or something. Honestly, I don't think shoplifting is going to be an issue, but we'll see. So one of the best things, about the new tender engines is their length. They are well over the 8 inches that, you know, Gordon and Henry used to be from all those years ago. They don't fit on a normal Thomas Wooden Railway turntable anymore. For example, like even the tender's bigger than last time. And I feel like the detailing, Rebecca's a pretty streamlined engine, I'm not gonna lie. So she doesn't have as many of the curves or indents that other engines would have. But I tell you what, like this is really impressive. To hold this in your hand, you feel the weight, it feels like a solid toy. You have those smaller, I think those are called driving wheels up front, guiding wheels, something like that. Could be wrong, I'm not really a trained person. You have those up front, and then you have the details on the sides. I would like to even throw out, they've even taken the time to change, you know, the wheel designs across the engines to what they look like in the TV show or what their basis used to run. That's something you would never see, even in the heyday of Thomas Wooden Railway. And that's just so impressive that they would take the time to do that. So Rebecca is longer than what she would have been if she ever got a really nice Thomas Wooden Railway release. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts on this face are. Personally, looking at it now, I actually like it a bit more than, say, the artwork. I don't know. To me, there is a difference between that face and this face. I like it a little bit more. It sort of came off in promo pictures as like a surprise face, but now it's almost like it could be a surprise face, but it could also just be like you're opening your mouth to smile at somebody. So I think it's, in a way, it's a great neutral impression that can handle a lot of different scenarios. And then the tender here, I think, to me, this tender looks a little bit off. I wish it had the middle wheel here. I know some of the tender engines do and some of them don't. But even just taking the time to detail like the plastic coal, the NWR on the side, it should say Rebecca's tender on the bottom. Yeah. I think one of the things, just to me, it doesn't feel like they're using the space right. I wish they would have kept writing the names this way. But maybe they are just trying to distinguish like old Thomas Wooden Railway or Thomas Wood from these new ones. So yeah, Rebecca actually impressed me. The promo pictures do not do her justice. I would recommend you guys taking the time to either try to see one in person, or, you know, the prices aren't that unreasonable. Like this version of Rebecca, which is longer than a Thomas Wooden Railway Gordon, is way cheaper than a Thomas Wooden Railway Gordon, which is surprising. So big fan of Rebecca right there. Let's see where we left off. He's a really useful engine. You know, all the other engines, they'll tell you so. He huffs and puffs and whistles. He huffs and puffs. There we go. He huffs. He huffs and he puffs. This feels soft, but I know it's not. I think it's just really good packaging on their part. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, here we go. So we got some things, some loose items. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fog car? Fog car. Oh, for display only. I bet there's a very interesting story behind this item. So that was one of two. Is this the blasting car? Yes. So, wow. If I had to take a guess, so first off, looking at the wheels here, they're dated 2003, so I don't know, that's not a lot of help when it comes to identifying old items like this. But what's really cool, these on the bottom, they say for display only. So way back in the BC era, aka before COVID, the few toy stores remaining out there, they used to have play tables where you could kind of like sort of test drive the Thomas Wooden Railway stock. And they would, I believe these specialty stores, such as Toys & Co., they would get sent boxes and packages of items that were designated, quote unquote, for display. Like they would actually be given to the stores to be put on the table so that you were not digging into your own inventory. Like, oh, like we want to sell more Thomas Wooden Railway, but that means like if we want to do this whole play table thing, like we got to take an item off the shelf that we could have sold. I understand that. So these are actually for display only, and I believe, this may come as a shock to some people, I believe these are the first 4 display items that I have in my collection. They do pop up on eBay from time to time. I guess they're rare in the sense that like normal consumers aren't supposed to have them, but they do pop up from time to time. So this is really cool. And the fog car is honestly a very underrated 2-pack. This is the type of stuff that they have like in the real world. And take a look at that design there with the blasting caps. Those are what you put on the track if you were trying to warn an engine. I think it was the episode Thomas and the Fogman. You know, there was the one episode where maybe this 2-pack wasn't utilized completely, but the idea is still there. So for display only fog cars, very cool. All right, so he huffs and he puffs. All right, look at this big one right here. He huffs, and next up is he puffs. Well, well, well. Ooh, starter set? I believe so. Look at this. Even though my name is Thomas Wooden Railway, I think Toys & Co. is secretly letting me know that I need to get some Brio in my life, which I'm not opposed to. It's hard to explain. Brio is not super accessible where I live, like in any store. So again, awesome pamphlet right here. Oh, we've got a starter set. I don't think I'm gonna take the time to put this together in this video, but I will take all the pieces out. So the thing with Brio is you're paying for really high quality stuff. Like this plastic right here is really, really nice. These look like supports. Yes. Let's see. These are risers. And I think it's just personal preference. Like if you like the plastic risers or you want like the wooden railway risers, I think I'm partial to the Thomas Wooden Railway stuff. But I totally understand both sides of it. And then, goodness, maybe if I turn this upside down, it'll fall out. I don't want to, there we go. This section of track at the bottom here was very well put together. Let's see. Maybe that's the best way to do it. Oh, look at this. Really high quality track pieces right here. Arguably, maybe don't have the detail of Thomas Wooden Railway, but like really high quality track pieces right here. And there's something about taking this stuff fresh out of the box and seeing it like this that's just really, really satisfying. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Ascending Curves and Track Pack, yeah, this is a complete circuit, which is something that Thomas Wood unfortunately like didn't prioritize. They kind of did like, I wouldn't even call them sets, because in my opinion, like a set is like a complete circuit of track. They kind of did like these half things, and they're just like, yeah, like you get some track, but being able to have a complete circuit here is really, really awesome. So that's the Brio Ascending Curves and Tracks Pack. Ascending Curves Track Pack, I should say. That's the correct name. But there's the box. And honestly, the new Thomas Wooden Railway boxes, it's hard to explain, but like material-wise, surface-wise, how they feel, very, very similar to Brio, and they honestly might try to be copying like this higher quality look. Like maybe the Brio name has become synonymous with like really high quality stuff, and they're totally trying to latch onto that. That's just a theory, but seeing this stuff side by side and being presented, these different ranges that compete with each other, that's the feeling I'm getting right here in this moment. So he's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. He huffs and puffs and whistles. What we're looking for and whistles. And whistles. This is small. Dare I guess, I don't know, it's too big to be a buffer. But I don't know, man. Suspense is killing me. Here we go. Uh-oh. Okie dokie. Hook and ladder for display only. Another for display only item. So this, quote unquote, the technical term is the hook and ladder, for sure. But honestly, most people are going to say this and just scream fire truck, which I don't think is wrong either. The problem is, or the reason why this is called hook and ladder is because it normally comes with a second item in a 2-pack called the water tanker. So it's like the hook and ladder and the water tanker. I am wondering if Toys & Co. just had a couple of these sitting around in the back or something. They're like, you know what, we could put these on eBay, or we could sell it to the Thomas Train guys. So I think that's where this comes from. But of course, very excited for another for display only character right there. That's really awesome. So yes, this is fantastic right here. Big thanks to Toys & Co. for doing that for me. He huffs and puffs and whistles, rushing. Hopefully, we're getting down to the end here, so hopefully we won't spend too much time looking for stuff. Like, here we go. Again, rectangular packaging. I have a feeling I know what this is. By the way, hope you guys are all enjoying the different gift wrap. I don't think we've seen a single repeat gift wrap. I mean, they took the time to do this, like, for sure. They did not have to. Uh-oh. Taking bets. Maybe Hero? Maybe Hero? Oh, they got me. I was thinking, you know what? Like, I know Kenji was out, but would they really want to take the time to send this to a guy like me? Well, they have. It's Kenji. I have not even seen Big World, Big Adventures. I have not even seen the episodes that Kenji is in, but he just looks like a cool engine. You know what I mean? So this is really cool, I gotta say. Let me show you guys one more time how this back part works. You have to slide this all the way down so it can't go any farther, and then you can fold this part down. Really creative, by the way. I'm definitely keeping these pamphlets. I have an entire bag of old Thomas Wooden Railway pamphlets from like the mid-90s all the way up to like 2007 or 2008 when they stopped doing them. And I'm just going to continue to add those to these, or add these to that bag, because it's like the start of a new generation. I mean, it's pretty incredible looking back on Thomas Wood. Like, I definitely thought we were never ever going to be in this era again of like really high quality Thomas toys. Kenji, oh, there went Kenji. Kenji takes a tumble. I really thought we were never going to get back to this era. I thought even if Mattel canceled Thomas Wood, which they did, I really thought that was just going to be the end of Thomas Wooden Railway products, because they are more expensive than like Adventures or Push Along or even Trackmaster. And honestly, I don't think these companies really care about nostalgia or anything, or even the fact that like the range has been around for 30 years. For over 30 years, Thomas Wooden Railway has been around. And, you know, it's important to me because I love the toys, but unfortunately I know that some people just don't view it the same. And so I really thought like we had seen the last, like the glory days of Thomas Wooden Railway were behind us. I'm not so sure at this point, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I think there is definitely a chance for a revival. And these packages and the engines certainly give me hope. So Kenji here, from what I understand, he only has one coach in the episode, but theoretically, or the episodes of the movie he's in, whatever, but you're thinking you could buy multiple of these and give him like a long bullet train look. I believe I'm incorrect in saying he's like a bullet train character. So the front here is plastic. It happens to be a different shade of plastic, which I guess is just to kind of be accepted nowadays, is how things go. But overall, looking really, really good. I mean, miles and miles above his Thomas Wood version, if you've seen pictures of it, if you're lucky enough to even own it or something like that. I mean, just lengthwise, how he looks to his bases, honestly reminds me of Hugo a lot. Honestly, if you put like a propeller on the back and change the face, you have a Hugo. The coach here, it's actually called Kenji's car, technically, but I believe it is a coach. Apologies for the camera not focusing, but yeah, we got some windows right there. Again, I'm just not a super big fan of how these small wheels work in certain situations, but overall, again, I love this range so much. I love everything that's been done. I'm willing to you know, move on and not let it ruin my experience. So I'm thinking you go out there and buy multiple Kenjis and get like a super nice looking bullet train here. I think that would be really, really awesome. So that is Kenji as his car takes a tumble. Let's see where we were. He's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. He huffs and puffs and whistles. I think we were on he whistles. Rushing. Oh wait, no, we just did rushing. So rushing 2, I almost skipped ahead. 2, rushing 2, and fro, and then we're almost done with this, and I can mess up the song however many times I want. Oh! So, just moments ago, I guess they had sent me Hero. I guess Kenji, but here we are. So Hero is one of the characters that people have been lauding over quite a bit. Understandably so. He does look really nice. I mean, he's one of those characters that benefits from the extra wheels quite a bit. And from what I've seen, the face isn't too shabby either. So, I'll try to do this one on screen as well. Uh-oh, I tore that one. But hey, it's the back of the box. Nobody's going to see it or care. Keeping this, definitely. let's see. I bet there was a lot of science that went into figuring out how to get these engines to stay, you know, this black wire here and all this stuff. Like, what's the best way, like what's the best course of action for doing this while, you know, still keeping the integrity of the product intact. I mean, that's what these corporations live for, is all this stuff. So Hero, right out of the box, I can just tell he's an awesome model. He's so nice. His one suspension here hangs really low, but I think that's kind of funny. Face is a little bit more cartoonish than like the 2013 Wooden Railway version, but it's way better than the Wood version. I think Wood Hero unfortunately has a really bad face. It's just so nice to see these characters at like their full potential, you know, and even back in the heyday of Thomas Wooden Railway, they would have never have come along and taken the time to redo all these characters and, you know, even think about giving them like the right amount of wheels or anything like that. It's just really exciting to see. Of course, the wheels are plastic, but like on Hero here, like this part's plastic. Obviously, like the smoke box and his face and stuff, but they've been really, really good about details. You can even see like a little bit of light in the cab there from his fire. That's excellent. And then the tender here, it's so weird to get pumped up about a tender, but honestly, like, look how cool this is. Like the 51 is a lot smaller than the other Wooden Railway version, but I think that's on purpose. I think it's more realistic. It's less childish in a way. And then we got like the plastic tangible coal at the top here with 6 wheels on the tender. It's just glorious. Hero is definitely one of the best. And honestly, like I am of the opinion that the longer engines, I think they just look a little bit better. Like the differences you can see between the characters is a lot more apparent in the longer engines. So I believe Rushing To and Fro, I believe this is our next one. Is it another light? Oh, they tricked me. What are they doing here? I was like, it's way too thick to be one of these. Man, coming in sneaky right here. So I have not seen what these are, but without revealing the second one, the first one, oh, Troublesome Trucks. I love Troublesome Trucks. Does that mean, oh, cool. It's 2 of the same. That's awesome. These Troublesome Trucks, I've said this before in other reviews and videos on my channel, Troublesome Trucks, man. I am so happy these are back. Like, and that they have faces, and especially this generic cargo here lends so many story opportunities. Very, very happy to have this included. Yeah, man. They, the people at Toys & Co. did their research. They know which ones I like, what I get excited about. Yeah, this is awesome. So I'm not opening it the way you're supposed to open it, but for time's sake, I'm just going to tear it apart. And look at that. So one thing I've noticed, even in the pictures that I've seen online, this face is really, really big, but that's okay. Look at that cheeky Troublesome Truck face. Looks like he's up to no good. Like he's smiling, but like who knows? Like he could have just, you know, turned his brakes on and now he's just messing with you. So I tell you what, this Troublesome Truck is very solid. It feels like there's no air or space or a gap in the middle there, which I think is great. It makes it feel like a weighty toy. If we look at, let's just say I got Nia right here. I don't have any track to put them on, but you can see just like in the size of the face right there, you can see, you know, what we're looking at. And then height-wise, yeah, with the cargo on the top, yeah, that's really, really awesome. Oh yes, I love Troublesome Trucks. I've actually been organizing my collection recently. This one is simply just called Troublesome Truck, and seeing all my Troublesome Trucks together has been really, really exciting. So since we're at it, I think we will open up this second one. I don't know what it is about Troublesome Trucks. I think it's because when I started my YouTube channel in 2008, Thomas was in a weird spot for a couple of years where they like deliberately did not talk or mention Troublesome Trucks for like a really long time. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if they just decided not to use it as a plot point, but the day the Troublesome Trucks came back in CGI right around King of the Railway, man, that was a glorious day. So having in the, you know, the remaining years of Thomas Wooden Railway, when we got like, you know, the Chocolate Factory cars and like the scruffy 2-pack with the Blue Mountain Quarry car, like those were just great toys in my opinion. So I'm very, very happy and excited to see that Troublesome Trucks are making a comeback. And then the best part is you can get a whole army of these Troublesome Trucks and nobody can tell you that you're incorrect. Like what? Like no, just buy 10 or 12 more or 50 more of these and you've got like a really awesome line of Troublesome Trucks right there. Super, super happy with how these look. I think they look fantastic. I've been impressed with all of the Thomas Wooden Railway items I've seen, but those Troublesome Trucks might just be a personal favorite, a sentimental favorite for sure. Rushing to and fro, we're getting towards the end of the song, guys. He's the really useful engine we adore. Man, that was so creative. I wonder what other songs they looked at. Uh-oh. Wow. So not only was Toys & Co. kind enough to send me some old clickety-clack Thomas Wooden Railway, they've even decided to send me basically like the expansion pack. Expansion clickety-track is what that says at the top there. So it's not clickety-clack, it's clickety-track. And rumor has it, I have heard that these, you still kind of get like that clickety-clack thing going on or something like that. But presentation-wise, I love this box. I even love this cartoon Thomas in the bottom. Normally, I'm a sucker for like that classic CGI face, but this just looks like something that was drawn in like a kid's book or like a picture book from like if the Railway series had like a reimagining or something like that. So very, very pumped about this. Let's see what we've got inside. Oh, some nice directions right on the top there. So I've seen pictures of this online. Not the directions, the box. But man, look at this. In color, really easy to understand. Like, look at all the different layouts you can use. Oh, and then like a full page of the engines. That's fantastic. And some of the other items we can look forward to in the future. Definitely keeping this. It's the small things like this that make this merchandise line feel official, if you know what I mean. So I'm definitely keeping the box. I just love the way this is presented. Wow. So not only am I going to have some more switches, but we have this clickety-track thing going on here, which I don't know too much about. But let's just say, for comparison's sake, I think the sentimental favorite is going to be clickety-clack. But honestly, clickety-track, not too shabby either. I think they go with these plastic end pieces here because you will see these on old eBay listings. These do tend to pop out. So this is just a way to secure them more. We even have like a little Thomas logo right there, which is a little bit reminiscent of when the Thomas Wood track was out and they had the Thomas Wood logo on like everything. So I don't know, take your pick right there. I think, you know, the old version is certainly still my favorite, but this is a very strong contender on the left-hand side. I should mention this is, I think it's 30 pieces that I saw, I want to say. Which is not that bad of an expansion pack. They do a really good job pushing everything in here. These are meant to be buffers, I believe, and they're just very different to any buffers I've ever seen in any Thomas Wooden Railway line. The idea is that they almost stick on top of the track, yes. So they stop like right there. That's just very, very different, whereas old Thomas Wooden Railway, the buffers would be pushed back a little bit more. You would have like a little bit extra space, like they'd be sitting like right there or something. So those are cool to see. We have maybe some adapters. Oh yeah, they can't let Thomas Wood die that quickly. So we do have some adapters here. These like road to surface adapters are pretty cool. I love the different colors right there. Oh yeah, here we go. I was gonna say they got to include some Thomas Wood adapters. Let me show these adapters off real quick. So they are the same style, probably from the same mold as the old Thomas Wood pieces, but just in case you were one of like the 10 people that bought Thomas Wood track, I know I was because I thought it was a weird curiosity thing, there are some adapters for you in this new range of Thomas Wooden Railway merchandise. We also have some female and male adapters that just come in handy if you have, for example, old clickety-clack track or something like that, and there's like a little bit of detailing on there. And then we have these 2-inch pieces, no road on the back, which is not to be expected, honestly, in the later years of the Mattel line for Thomas Wooden Railway. They got rid of the road. I don't really blame them for that. But then, for example, maybe this will be a better way to see how these buffers work. They just sit right there. It's almost like a little house or a little monster coming in and clinging onto the track. So there you go. There it is. Let's see what other items we have here. We have some 3-inch pieces of track, which I talked about earlier. These just come in handy. They kind of get you out of some tight jams, so those are nice to have. The challenge is now, since I have so many different types of track, I got to start organizing things better to keep things separate. Just because I don't want this track, I mean, although it's very visually different, I think it would just be easier to be able to separate this stuff right from the beginning versus later. So again, curve pieces, we're back to our classic degrees. Whereas like Thomas Wood was like, no, we're not doing, I think it was 45-degree angles, we're doing 60-degree angles with the curves, like just very randomly. They tried to change so much and it just didn't work for them. So these curves, very, very happy to see. And I think the clickety-clack or clickety-track part is those little grooves or indentations actually on the rail right there that probably make a cool noise when the engine goes over it. And we have these appear to be 6-inch pieces of track, several of them in fact. This is the perfect type of track pack to get if you want some new Thomas Wooden Railway track to like go around your Christmas tree or something. Very, very nice, high quality. It's going to come from like the same manufacturing process as old Thomas Wooden Railway and Thomas Wood, but it just feels really nice and it looks really nice. So I think that's everything for this track pack right here. Totally keeping this box, like I mentioned. So we have over 100 inches of track, it says right there as I fix my box here. Over 100 inches of track. The extension, clackety track, I gotta call it that. I kept calling it clickety track, it's clackety track, my bad. Built for memories that last. Well, I sure hope they do last. I hope Thomas Wooden Railway sticks around for a very long time, and there are many more memories to be made. So very awesome, love the packing design there. He huffs and puffs and whistles, rushing to and fro. He's the really useful engine right here at the bottom. And then guess what, guys? We got one left, and that should be a pretty easy one for me to figure out. Uh-oh. You guys hear that? What could that mean? More Troublesome Trucks? Man, they did their research. They know that I love Troublesome Trucks. So, very interesting here. Kind of taking a look at two different eras. Hard to believe there's like 15 years between these two types of Troublesome Trucks. Yeah, I mean, the Troublesome Truck on the left doesn't seem that old to me, but it is old. You know, it's kind of a vintage toy now. So seeing these side by side, they kind of accomplish the same thing. It's like that generic Troublesome Truck look. And amazingly, the batteries still work, which is just crazy impressive. Is this the gray Troublesome Truck? Yes, or not the officially titled gray Troublesome Truck, but you know which one I mean. And here's how it looks stacked up to the new Troublesome Truck. Hey, you can see some of the plank design remains, and these are in good condition too, man. Totally, yeah, so this is technically, you're looking at an evolution of 15 years right here, which is pretty impressive. Very, very cool. Thank you, Toys & Co. for not only sending me some new Thomas Wooden Railway items, but also, you know, a blast from the past with these retro ones. So again, the last box, he's the really useful engine we adore. I love how the song ends, or I love how, you know, this little scavenger hunt thing ends with "we adore." Uh-oh, got a double one here. Oh. Okay, so they're treating me right again. I think I got, what, 6 Troublesome Trucks out of this deal? Wasn't expecting that at all, to be quite honest. But we got this paint splattered. It's called the Troublesome Truck in paint. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of that name. I feel like they could have come up with like a better name that encapsulates. It's just the Troublesome Truck and paint versus like the normal Troublesome Truck we've looked at before. So yeah, I mean, small gripe, but clearly they were more focused on making, you know, awesome toys than naming things, I guess, which again, it's not a terrible name, but I'm just like, Troublesome Truck and paint? That's like really weird. Anyway, Oh yes. And again, this one is very dense and very, very dense. That's so cool. This one has a little bit of like a cheeky face. Kind of reminds me of like a scruffy face. On one hand, it looks like he's grumpy, like he's growling at something, but then it just looks like a humph face. Again, a very good job at most of these faces of being able to convey multiple emotions at the same time, which doesn't sound like it would be that hard, or maybe it's not even something they would focus on, but I mean, it's something that I'm noticing, and I've been around Thomas Wooden Railway for a long time, and it's something that's catching my attention. So again, even if it's not intentional, it still lends, I love the vagueness about some of the expressions. Like, yes, like Thomas looking to his right, no, his left, our right. Like, that's cool, and he's smiling and everything, but then kind of like this vagueness of, you know, like, are they angry? Are they scheming? Like, what are they doing? You know, are they twins? I think they definitely are twins. But yeah, I think this Troublesome Truck isn't as generic as the other one. I think the one on the right, you could try to argue that, you know, it's whatever is being carried, but this one is very clearly paint, and it's it's being tossed out along the rails here. So give me just one moment, friends. I'm going to clean everything up, and we're going to take a look at a recap of everything I just got. All right, and this is everything put together in one nice, easy to look at image. This isn't everything that Toys & Co. sent me. I wasn't able to use all of the risers or all of the pieces of track in the expansion pack or anything like that, but this is pretty much everything. And what's really enjoyable looking at this image is that we have several different ranges of wooden railway toys interacting and commingling with each other. We have like old clickety-clack track next to the new Thomas Wooden Railway 2022 track, and then we also have like this Brio bridge, for example, and the Brio lights and the Thomas Wooden Railway rolling stock and the engines. It's just really awesome to look at, I'm not going to lie. So once again, I want to give a huge thank you to Toys & Co. for taking the time to send all this to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing video. Wow, there's just a lot of excellent pieces that I got to unbox today. Of course, I'm a big fan of the 2022 Thomas Wooden Railway items, but honestly, like even just kind of the secondhand stuff that I wasn't expecting, like these old Troublesome Trucks or the display items, and then like the Brio lights, like that was totally out of left field, but I love it. And man, they just did such an excellent job. They definitely did their research. They sent me things that I really, really like and enjoy. So big thanks once again to Toys & Co. You can find all of their information in the description below. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to have some different types of videos coming up on my channel in the future, and I hope you guys stick around. But man, this has been sort of like a great way to get back into the swing of things. I can't thank you guys enough. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks for watching.